benefits of a no homework policy. Some of you may believe that this will mean that students will be lazier or too much of a change in their school structure and system. But I do believe that it is in the hands of teachers to be able to make this change. So, yes, and I also believe no homework in schools can bring many benefits to the whole school community, including parents, teachers, students, everyone involved. I feel like can benefit from a no homework policy. So, yes, let's burn homework. I do strongly believe it will be for the better in the future for everyone. So let's start. I feel like more responsible teachers plus no homework does equal more efficient learning and teaching. The thing is that teachers should be responsible that students get to know all the contents they must know in class. They have certain, like, people have certain work hours to work and do their stuff. Students should have the same. I mean, you have this time to get your contents known. Why should they have it at home? So yes, I feel like it will equal more efficient teaching and learning for many reasons that I will also explain later. More responsible teachers that give their contents in their class also means that teachers have less more time at home for them to prepare classes, to rest, to many important things. Free time is so important for everyone. So okay, let's continue. Let's see what benefits can this policy bring to students. So yes, that's the little frog growing because it's good. Okay, so this may sound a bit childish, or not childish, but like speaking about rest, you may think it's not really important, but it is a basic biological function that we need to meet. People need rest to survive, so let's not deprive kids from that. I think that's so important. Like when you're sick, one of the first things that doctors tell you is to rest. So I mean, it's not that students are chronically sick and they need to rest, but you do need to rest after a big labor day. It's so important for the body and for it to work properly. So it is shown also that it allows to retain information better. Keep that in mind, because maybe you think that, or most. I don't think that most people think this, but you can I think that you can get to a point where you are obsessively studying, where you think that the more time you spend studying, the more you will know. And that's not true. That's simply not true. You need perspective from studying and retaining information for it to really be there in your brain. It also, like, more rest also means better mental health. It's so important to take care of the mental health of kids. I mean, when you don't sleep, it is really easy to be more not only tired, but also your brain gets gray. Like when you're tired, you process emotions differently and in a more negative way. Um, so yes, it is really important to rest for mental health, and um, when you have a better mental health, it's also easier for students to be better in school and to create better relationships with their students and with their teachers and with what they're studying, and also like their perception of themselves will be better as well. So rest rest for better mental health is so good, and eating well as well. So those two are quite key. Also, as I said before, with eating well, that will mean a better overall health, which is also so important for going to school every day and learning and having your body and mind ready to obtain all the contents you must know. Also, super important. Why are students having more work hours than adults? I mean, you as an adult you have a 9 to 5 job, and then when you finish, you can rest at your home. Usually, it depends on the work, but it is said to be like that. So why are students having to like? Why do students have to do homework, extracurricular activities, plus their 6 hour workday in school, where they're not resting? So life, as I said, say the last point, life is already so stressful. Why are we making kids' lives more stressful with more homework? I do not believe uh, homework is a magic equation to make kids work harder, or that they're going to be lazy if they're not working at home. I feel that that's a really wrong idea. So, uh, as I was saying, free time is not only essential for rest, but also it allows students to spend more time on hobbies, which you may think is not important, but it really is. The boredom, firstly, boredom is not a hobby, but it is so important in so many aspects that kids are able to be bored. It is shown that it allows them to think more creatively, and also kids need to be able to deal with the frustration of being bored. They need to learn those skills for life. Sports, as you know, as well, that studying usually means that you study in a chair, sitting down for hours, and that is quite like doing that repeatedly over time will lead to a really sedentary lifestyle, and to for student, and that will create in students the habit of having a sedentary lifestyle if you don't change that. So having more time will allow them for more time for sports, or as I say in the next bullet points, creative interests, which is also really important to explore when you're a kid. I mean, I feel like, and studies show as well, that most kids do have like certain, like different creative, um, yes, different creative interests that they will explore also when they're bored. Or yes, moving on, sorry. Playtime is so important as well for kids. They learn through playtime, so we must leave them that space for them. And also, a last bullet point, more outdoor time. I feel like that's so important as well, that when you give kids too many extracurricular activities on homework, it is really difficult to have time and space for outdoors time. And it is shown that it's so good as well for mental health and your body's health. So yes, I feel like that would be a great improvement. Yes, the little student dancing. So, also, I think it's really important to take this into account, and is that not every family has a healthy relationship with homework. Some families do not have time to help their kids with homework, and that's simply life. And kids are sad and overwhelmed and burnt out, and maybe they're doing worse in school than their teammates, and that's so bad. It's not fair. We should not be giving space for those type of situations to grow. It does not create equal opportunities. Um, Also, like work ethics in families, we must. It's such a tender topic to talk about, because it's difficult and everybody's situation is different. But like families and work ethic can really be a difficult thing in students' lives, and not every, like parents, maybe when they were smaller, maybe they didn't have a good relationship with homework, and they were burnt out and stressed, and their parents yelled at them, and it created really bad relationships between them, because parents were working all day, their parents were working all day, and then they went home and they had to um, teach their kids math, and they were so tired from 8 hours working that they just scream at their child when they don't see progress, um, which can be horrible for the child and for the parent. So yes, I feel that parents, because most people are concerned that parents are not gonna be involved enough in school if children do not do homework, which I believe it's not true. I mean, there's so many ways that families can be involved with their kids and their academic life, which do not have to involve homework. If not, I believe that homework does not create an easy relationship between parents and children. So yes, a burned out kid. Um, this I feel like are some of the options that having no homework can create for families to have after school and after work. And as I said before, it will mean less burnout for parents and children, which means everybody's more relaxed at home, and that's good. That creates better relationships. It allows families to talk more about their emotions, or how not every conversation has to be about emotions, but maybe how was the kids' day, and then you get to know better your kid. That's great. Also, to spend more time together, even if you're doing nothing, it's so important. Today's world is so difficult and is so filled with work, things to do, and you're so tired sometimes when you go back home that you don't even want to talk with the people that you live. You're a child for such a short period of time, and you live with your family for such a short period of time, that it's nice that you can go back home and spend more time together. So let's talk about Finland, which is a wonderful place where there's nearly no homework, and it has one of the best rates in education in the world. So I think we can take it as a good example. So yes, Finland, they're doing good. So my last question is: are you in? Let's abolish homework together. I think that it can be a great option for everyone. And thank you a lot for listening.